Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys. Cowboys Brandon Aubrey makes NFL history with eye-popping kicker feat versus Eagles. The kicker position in the NFL doesn't exactly receive much fanfare. After all, field goals are mostly the last resort of a team that wants to put points on the board despite not getting favorable position on the field. However, 3 points are still 3 points, and on Sunday night in a dogfight against the team with the best record in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys kicker Brandon Aubrey showed that he is an extremely valuable member of the team. According to the official NFL Twitter, X, account, via Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, the Cowboys' 28-year-old kicker is the first player in history to convert a 59-yard and 60-yard field goal in the same game. This is nothing short of an elite display from Aubrey, as there have only been 34 times in the history of the sport where a kicker has made a 60-plus yard field goal, and those 34 instances have come from 24 different players. So for Brandon Aubrey to make a 59-yard field goal in addition to entering the 60-yard club is a phenomenal feat, and the Cowboys have benefited from it immensely during their Sunday night battle against the Eagles. The Cowboys have had a great two-way game to this point, and the 6 points Aubrey put on the board with those two amazing kicks have helped them take a commanding lead over the Eagles with around 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The journey Aubrey took to becoming an NFL kicker is certainly something to behold. A multi-sport athlete back in his collegiate days, Aubrey decided to go professional in soccer, with Toronto FC of the MLS taking him as the 21st overall pick of the 2017 Super Draft. Aubrey, however, flamed out quickly, and by 2018, his soccer career was already over. But from 2019 to 2022, he trained as a place kicker, and in 2022 and 2023, Brandon Aubrey was the main kicker for the two-time USFL champions Birmingham Stallions. His performance in the USFL earned him a contract with the Cowboys, and now, he is becoming one of the best special teams members in the league as seen in his accomplishments in his brief NFL career to this point. Cowboys Jonathan Henkins avoids worst-case injury scenario after win versus Eagles. The Dallas Cowboys destroyed the Philadelphia Eagles, 33-13, Sunday night at home, but it was not entirely rosy for them from start to finish. For one, Dallas defensive tackle Jonathan Henkins was carted off the field in the third period because of a lower body injury. The good news for Henkins and the Cowboys is that he appears to have escaped a major injury, per Ian Rapoport of the NFL Network. Cowboys DT Jonathan Henkins, who left tonight's game in pain, received an initial diagnosis of high ankle sprain, source said. He'll have an MRI, but it does not seem severe. Henkins should be back for the playoffs, if not sooner. Jonathan Henkins suffers injury in big win versus the Eagles. Henkins is playing on a one-year deal worth $1.31 million that he signed with the Cowboys last March. He actually arrived in Dallas in 2022 via a trade from the Las Vegas Raiders and seemed to have played well enough for the Cowboys to want him back. That said, Pro Football Focus only has an overall grade of 45.5 for Henkins, a second-round pick by the New York Giants in 2013. On the season, Henkins, a product of the Ohio State Buckeyes, has 3.0 sacks, 26 combined tackles, and 2 tackles for loss through 13 games. As for the entire performance of the Cowboys' defense versus the Eagles, it was fantastic. Dallas forced 3 turnovers and held Philadelphia to only 17 first downs and just 1 attempt in the red zone. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts did not record a touchdown and only had a total of 227 total yards from scrimmage. Cowboys Micah Parsons slams Comical officiating after lack of calls versus Eagles. Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys have plenty of cause for celebration, as on Sunday night, they were able to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles in convincing fashion, 33-13, to avenge their Week 9 loss. However, that win didn't come without its fair share of frustrations for the Cowboys. Parsons, in particular, had plenty to complain about after the game due to what he perceived as poor officiating from the part of John Hussey and his crew. Parsons is one of the best edge rushers in the NFL today, and his mere presence can be intimidating to the head of the attack, even a quarterback as elite as Jalen Hurts. Thus, there were moments where the Eagles' offensive line had to overcompensate to protect Hurts, holding Parsons to prevent him from getting to the QB. Now, Micah Parsons appears to have had enough. In the aftermath of the Cowboys' win against the Eagles that moves them to 10-3 on the season, tied for best in the NFL, Parsons expressed his frustration over what he feels as some comical officiating. This is not the first time that Micah Parsons has gotten pissed over the officiating in the aftermath of a heated affair against the Cowboys' division rival. Back in Week 9, the Cowboys' edge rusher put the referees on notice, imploring them to be more consistent with their calls from start to finish and that they shouldn't pick and choose when to penalize the Eagles for what he believes are blatant holding calls. One solution that the Cowboys' star defender proposed was for the NFL to have more eyes everywhere on the field. There are a lot of things that happen on every play in the NFL, and the referees may be too under-equipped to handle that on their own. Perhaps introducing something analogous to European football's video assistant referee, VAR, could help out matters to Parsons' liking. Whatever the case may be, all the holding the opposition is doing against the Cowboys clearly isn't working too well anyway. Dallas has now won 5 straight, and they have the best point differential in the NFL, which highlights their standing as one of, if not the best team in the league. Dak Prescott's, "Yeah, here we go, cadence. Why does Cowboys QB say it?" It is impossible to watch a Dallas Cowboys game without getting Dak Prescott's, "Yeah, here we go," cadence stuck in your head. Why does Prescott say, "Yeah, here we go," and what is the meaning of the cadence? You can blame the Cowboys coaching staff for the new viral phrase. During a November 30, 2023 post-game interview with Amazon Prime's Thursday Night Football crew, Prescott revealed that the phrase is to get the entire offensive line set ahead of the snap. "It's taken off. Really, we just wanted to make sure that we're all getting off on the same time," Prescott explained. "Use the cadence to our ability and the linemen wanted a little something before the snap, I guess. For me, really it's to tell them, hey, stop the communicating. Here we go." Prescott admits the cadence was not his idea, but a suggestion by the coaching staff during the offseason. The Cowboys quarterback is getting blamed for the catchy phrase, but it sounds like the quarterback was initially resistant to the idea. "I think it was the coach's idea," Prescott said of the "here we go" phrase. "Yeah, early in the offseason and they were getting together. And I'm like, if we're starting off like this, it's going to be a long offseason." Aaron Rodgers believes Dak Prescott is using "here we go" to throw off defenses. Aaron Rodgers believes Dak Prescott is using "here we go" to throw off defenses. "I'm watching him use his cadence beautifully and get into this rhythmic, here we go, into using the cadence as a dummy sometimes," Rodgers explained during a November 28 interview on the Pat McAfee Show. "Doing it twice into like other cadences. The last 4 or 5 weeks I've gotten to see more of their games. And I just want to say he's playing the position in a really impressive way. And for whatever reason, maybe because he's the Cowboys quarterback and it's one of those premier positions in sports like I feel like the Green Bay quarterback has been for a long time and some other positions in various sports," Rodgers continued. "He might take a little more than he deserves, or maybe it's deserving of the position, I guess. Ellipsis. I love the way he's playing, like really playing." Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is firmly in the NFL MVP conversation. Where Prescott is going is right into the NFL MVP conversation. Prescott's play has put him among the top quarterbacks this season. Heading into Week 14, Prescott has thrown for 3,234 yards, 26 touchdowns and just 6 interceptions while completing an impressive 70% of his passes. Prescott's 6 picks is down significantly from his career-high 15 interceptions in 2022. If Prescott's play continues, fans may never hear the end of "here we go"